Hello, my loves. Coming to you is Cosmic Cats. Brought to you from the same gorgeous couple, Randy Crutcher and Barb Horn, who brought us the Divine Dog Wisdom cards. This is a 60-card deck and guidebook with advice from cats. It's great. It's the same packaging as the Divine Dogs, which is really great. It's thick, it's really heavy duty, it's very sturdy, and I love it. Easy to access, get into. The book again is in colour, and I just happened to open it to one of the most attractive pictures. And where the Divine Dogs had another bone to chew, this has other thoughts to stalk. So it gives you the guidance from the book and from their input with additional prompts to help you. It also gives you ways of using the cards and who can use them. Teachers, therapists, counsellors, friends, families. You could do it as a family meeting. And it's really good to help, I think, develop kids' vocabulary around emotions and actions and thoughts and beliefs and feelings and all of that. The Kitty Council of Wisdom who have touched our lives. This is one of my favourite things about these two, because all animal lovers have a problem with how quickly they pass through our lives. Anyway, without further ado, let's get some advice from our cats, shall we? Aloof. Seek non-attachment. Assertive. Don't be afraid to value your input. I love this. Talk about mindfulness. Isn't that just the epitome of mindfulness? I love it. And with that goes a little bit of bliss. It's just, and the fact that they've got gingers, you know, who are my favourite. Moggy cat. I had a ginger cat. I've had several ginger cats, but the instigator of my love of gingers was Lewis, who appeared to us one day as a tomcat and wound his way into our lives and was just the most divine being that that we were ever blessed to have in our lives. So I will forever be grateful for Lewis and the comfort he gave. I used to carry him around like a baby on my hip. Conundrum. I had a ginger cat later. Moz. He was an absolute fiend in a rat bag, and I loved him to bits because he was awesome. He got himself stuck up a tree once when I was living on a farm. And do you think I could get him down? Not on your life. Not on your life. Would he come down? Could he come down? So we rang the SES in Australia. The SES is a volunteer service that comes out and puts tarps on roofs when storm damage hits and things like that. And we called them, but because I was in labour at the same time, I couldn't wait for them to come, and when they got there, Moz had got himself down from the tree and was laying on the bed waiting for me to come home. That was Moz's style. Courage. I love this one. That's so awesome. I love this one because that's how you learn. And this is how you learn wiser. This is one that cats are known very well for, with good reason. They have a fair bit of that too. They're awesome. Talk about getting to like your shadow side. Cats have so much opportunity for you to watch and find joy in their rat bag's shadow side. The things they shouldn't do, the stuff they get into, and the mess they make, and how funny they are when they fall off things they shouldn't be climbing on. I mean, if that was us, we'd be berating ourselves and saying how stupid we are. But when it's a cat, it's like, oh my God, I can't be cranky at you because you're just so funny. Try that on yourself. Get some balance. Manage your expectations. This is a good one. Again, get curious. See what else is out there. What grown up with might not be all there is to it. And own up. It's okay. We all make mistakes. And if we own up, maybe we won't get in so much trouble, and it's kind of funny later. Family. I love this because it shows that family isn't just blood. And if anybody shows that better, it's the animals. Try it. Get some yoga in your life. Don't lose track of what you're after. Don't blink. I don't have to say anything. Just soak that energy in. Any knitters or crocheters out there will understand that this is when you learn to lock your knitting away. Animals appreciate everything you do for them so much. They just want to love you. They think you're wonderful. I've got to skip past that one, otherwise I'll cry. Let it go, Elsa. Don't carry a grudge. Just say, make sure what you're hunting is worth the prize. Go with the flow, man. Nobody's got instructions to this shit. Just have at it. Give it your best shot. Don't be afraid to rely on yourself. And treat yourself. Because you're worth it. Aren't we all? Isn't there something in that for all of us? You know, I'm going to get a bit deep on you, so batten down the hatches. just in case you don't like deep. Get ready for it. Look through fresh eyes. There's something like 7 million pieces of information coming to us every second. And our brain can't process it all. So what it does is it chunks it into pieces. It either deletes a lot or generalizes a lot or like molds it, reforms it so that we can process it. And what we take in, what we focus on, what we absorb from what we're seeing or hearing or smelling or trying to ignore our dogs doing, but is determined by what we believe. So if we changed our beliefs, can you imagine the things we'd see that we'd never seen if we looked at the same thing? If we looked at it with fresh eyes, as if we had no beliefs about anything, no previous notions about right, wrong, shouldn't, any of that. Can you imagine the things we would see that we'd never seen before? Try it. Try looking at things with an innocent mindset. Start something new. Try something new. Try it. Give it a go. It might be contagious in a good way. Stir things up a bit. Love this one. Be right back. It's fun. Put that one to bed. Like, seriously. If it starts up on you, say, outside now, you've been naughty. I don't want to hear it. Go outside and play in some fresh air. It'll do you good. Be the critic of the critic, I say. Send it outside to play. And then, when your critic's gone, you can work out what you really want. Don't ever be scared of the unknown. Hello, Charlie. This is beautiful Charlie. He's the most well-mannered dog you've ever met. And he's the most polite and gentle. I'm sure he speaks English. I'm positive of it. Anyway, moving right along. I don't think he likes cats very much though. Embrace the unknown. Nurture. It's not just about giving all the time. One of the greatest lessons a lot of us need to learn is how to receive. How to receive. Cat's a prime example of this. Have you ever seen a cat sitting from a hole where they know a mouse or a rat or a rabbit or something they want has gone? They will sit there and just wait. I've seen a cat get so bored with waiting, they lay down in front of the hole. It's like, I'm not missing you, but it's time for a nap. But, you know, you're not going to get past me. That's a good one. And yes, you can. Then you've just got to learn to say thank you. And maybe before that, reflect on how you haven't been allowing things into your life before. Now, yet, because you can. Don't overstress though. It's always important to learn how to do this so you can also learn to release. Just let it go also. Look at that. Man, can you imagine, I was talking about looking at things a different way. Can you imagine if we looked at animals and really studied them for how we should be living? Because ultimately we're animals. So maybe they've got it over us, hands down. Get off the treadmill. Stop it. Don't forget what's really important. How often does that happen? Nothing good ever comes without risk, ever. Nothing ever comes good without risk. One of the best things I ever learned, was that I'd be okay. Whatever came my way, I would handle it. And could handle it on my own, like without a crutch. Secrets are a catch-22. Sometimes they're good. Sometimes it's very important to keep them. Very important. Other times, not so much. If they're yours and they're causing you harm, get them off your chest to someone safe that you can trust. Don't forget to bathe. Personal hygiene is very important. And if you're lucky enough to be able to bathe in the sun, go for it, I say. I love this. I love it. Don't be a hoarder. If you've had to struggle to learn something, do not keep it to yourself. Help somebody else with the knowledge that you have. Sometimes it's okay to put your foot down and say, this is my place. I'm not going to be shoved out of it. You have just as much right as everybody else. And accepting, being tolerant of everybody else. Sometimes it's very hard. Quite often it's very hard. But it's so worth it because it takes all the angst and tight knots and angry faces and scrunching. Stops it. I love this one. I have to get pretty close so you can see the writing. Excuse me for a second. Have to rescue something. Hi ho. Sorry for the moment. Can't do it. Can do it. Trust. Take the leap. One of my animals took the leap and stole something that they shouldn't have, and I had to go and rescue it. And that is the truth. So I let it show. I didn't hide it or pretend that it was perfect. And yes, I had to run to get that thing. So anyway, back to where we were. I'm telling you this because it is all about me at the moment. Not really. Now it's all about you. I must watch that. I must watch my tendency to make it all about me when I'm doing these videos. And be all that I can be. Improve myself one little step at a time. This is a very good warning card. It's a very good warning card. Do these. You see, we underplay, downplay, underplay, downplay. The absolute bank of knowledge and wisdom we have, because we don't listen to it. We're so busy listening to everybody else and their beliefs and their opinions and their ideas and their backgrounds and their experiences that we don't value our own. And I think it's time that people started listening to their own wisdom, valuing their own wisdom, and not being afraid to make mistakes. Make mistakes. My sister's a teacher, and do you know what they call fail? A fail is a first attempt in learning. They've changed the vibration around the word fail. It's not a bad thing. It's a great thing because it's your first attempt in learning. And that means you've taken the chance to do it. You've taken a chance. And that means that you've stepped off the unknown and been brave. Love that. Okay, I'm going to do a reading with the cosmic cats. I'm just trying to shuffle them up a bit because, like the other deck, they were all in perfect, nicely arranged order, and I don't want that. I like a big fat mess myself. Not really. But when it comes to cards, I do like a bit of the unknown, because then I get a surprise. On that, no more waffle. We shall move right along. Lewis is saying, come on, hurry up. So, let's have a look at what the cosmic cats can tell us today. Underneath the deck, bottom of the deck, it's stuck to the table, so it was intent on being here. Explore. Step outside your boundaries. Comfort zone. Step outside your comfort zone. Okay, let's keep going. Step outside your comfort zone. You are needing to release, let it go, whatever it is you've been hanging on to, my loves. It's time to release it. Give it over to the gods, the heavens, the universe, whatever you want to call the greater beyond. Hand it over. It's worth the risk. What have you got to lose? If you let this go, instead of being fearful, be curious. What would life be like if I let this go? If I really let this go, if I really put it to rest and let it go and stopped hanging on to it, what would life be like? It's an interesting question and quite scary for a lot of people because they find their identity in hanging on to the past pain, the past hurt, the past anger, the past resentment, or sometimes even the past happiness that they are worried they'll never find again, and they just hang on to it. So instead of being fearful of letting it go, get curious. And then you can share it with everybody else. Because if you don't let it go, how are you going to learn? What have you learned from it? Nothing. You haven't learned anything from it because you're still hanging on to all the angst or whatever it was. So you haven't actually learned the lesson from it. It's in letting it go and releasing the energy tied to that. It's by letting it go is releasing the energy that we are hanging on to. And by releasing that energy, it allows more stuff to flow, new energy to flow, new information, new knowledge, new wisdom, new experiences. All of this newness. Thank you. All of this newness, it allows it to flow, which is just like weird. And then you get to find yourself saying to young people one day, when I was your age, I went through this and that and something else, and this is what I learned from it. You get to share your wisdom. Hopefully not quite like that. And hopefully your children will listen and behave. Enough, please. Thank you. He's the cutest of them all. And a real rat bag to boot. That's why I like him. Anywho, moving right along. Let's have a chat, shall we? Exploration. What are we exploring? What are you exploring? Happiness. Yay! The happiest card in the deck. You got it. You're exploring it. You're finding out what it's actually going to feel like. And I'll be happy when my dog stops barking while I'm trying to video for you. There goes one. The other one's just, yeah, no. So, see, I'll be happy. This is actually a really good example of people who say, I'll be happy when someone does something different or something different happens. I'll be happy then. This is an excellent teaching moment. I am not going to put my happiness in the fact that my dog is barking while I'm trying to share something really awesome with you guys. And ultimately underneath all of that is fear that you will judge this because my dog is barking in the background. So there you go. I'm going to let that one just do with that what you will, and I'm going to move on. So we're exploring true happiness. What would that really look like? And it's brand new. Look at that, the Fool. How awesome is that? I love that, because when you release and let go all the stuff that you've been hanging on to that has been stopping you from stepping outside your comfort zone and discovering happiness, once you release that, it will all be new and exciting. So then you can really get curious and it'll be worth the risk. But in order to do that, you have to step outside your comfort zone. Because we put ourselves in this head noise, you see. Look, this cat, look at the terror on his face. It's like, oh my God, that is so unknown to me. I'm going to put myself in this terrified place, and I'm only going to look at it one way, and that is blinded by previous beliefs and thoughts. If this cat could get curious, he would know, he would learn that he could swim. And imagine all the things he could do then, because other cats don't like water, so they wouldn't swim. And imagine the things he'd get that the other cats wouldn't get. There you go. Wisdom. Let your light shine. This is the Four of Wands. Stability, foundation, twin flame. Let your light shine. Let those around you see you for who you are. Don't have to be perfect. You have to be a good example. That's all. Yep. Defend your right, boundaries. You have the right to step outside your comfort zone. A lot of people don't like it when you start to learn something new because you upset the apple cart. You have the right to grow and change and develop and learn and share that wisdom. No matter what people say. 10 of Swords. No matter what they say or how they treat you or previous beliefs you've held. No matter any of that. You won't learn that this is bullshit and all wrong unless you get curious. King of Cups is emotional mastery. Here's the thing. When you grow up being told that you're not allowed to have emotions, stop laughing so loud, you're making too much noise, I can't hear the television. Also known as don't be happy to a child. Who asked your opinion? If I want your opinion, I'll give it to you. For a child, don't verbalise, don't say what you're thinking or feeling. You're not allowed to get angry. You're not allowed to cry. Stop crying. So no sadness. You're not allowed to be sad. You're not allowed to be angry. You're not allowed to be frustrated. You're not allowed to make any noise. You're not allowed to run in the house and be happy. You're not allowed to do any of that. Sorry. My dog just jumped up there and he's got a sore foot. It hurt me too. When you grow and get to king level, this is emotional mastery. The King of Cups can be a bit cool, but he also has emotional mastery and can be quite gentle and loving too. So to get to this stage, you do have to let go of unhealthy emotions that no longer serve you or that aren't helping you grow and develop. And that will bring you full circle. And you will have a whole heap more wisdom to share with other people in your family and help them grow to be wise and whole. That's the advice. And this is the outcome. Justice. So that your heart will be as light as a feather. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that? And all from some advice from cats. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you love the cosmic cats as much as I do. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.